guest. I'm excited about this one as well because we're not talking about music, we're not talking about showcases or the entertainment stuff, but it's still fun. Y'all know I love talking about being a community health worker, being a peer specialist, and actually all the community work. So I'm excited to introduce this next guest. We got WhoIsTeefy in the building. We got Nasty Mom Treats in the building. We got Toy. And then we got Mama in the building. I'm gonna call you Mama because I like call Mama.
Is that okay? Can we do that?
Okay.
Right, shout out to Mom.
So Teefy.
Yes.
I like to start off my shows by basically asking, who are you? Where are you from? What school did you go to? I want to know who you were before who you are now. So give us a little bit of background about yourself.
I'm 25. I graduated from Edison High School.
Okay.
I don't know. I've been in the design of clothes since high school, and I was born and raised on the north side of Philly.
Okay. On the north or the north? North with the F.
Yep.
Feel you. I feel you, gang. I feel you. We from north with the F. You heard them right. So Philly, you been here all your life?
Yes.
Okay. Do you plan on moving out anytime soon?
I do, but right now I gotta imprint my step in over here first before I just go somewhere else.
I love it. Right. So I have a question for you, because a lot of times, and we was talking about this on the podcast the other day, a lot of times you hear stuff like, oh, I can't wait to get out of Philly or stuff like that. But for people like us who feel like we have something to offer Philly or to leave Philly with, how do you feel about that statement? I can't wait to leave Philly or get out of Philly.
I mean, so, like how you just said, for us, I feel like I got purpose here first before I just leave and go somewhere else. But I don't know, maybe everybody don't look at it that way.
Right.
People discover themselves late, but not everybody. But some people discover themselves late, so maybe they might need to go meet somebody else or go get another environment to go find their true self. But I feel myself early, and I feel like I want to imprint myself on my people before I just up and just leave them.
Right. Nah, I definitely feel you.
No, that's down in your gram.
He said 10 toes. 10 toes in Philly, okay?
Interestingly enough, though, it's people like the two of you that would make me say I could stay. Because this does exist. We don't see it very often. If we saw more of this positivity and less of the other stuff, there are people like myself that we would make roots. We would stay because Philly is beautiful as a city.
Right.
And it's just missing this. It's missing more positive influences on the younger generation.
Right.
And you are still a young generation. You're 25, so you kind of like right there in the middle. You could talk to the adults and you can still get to the youth. So that's definitely
one of the reasons why I was teaching that job corps.
Yeah, that's it. So want to get into the let's talk about the author part. You're an author. What made you pick up a pen?
Cause I'm gonna be honest, cause I'm not no rapper or nothing like that, but I still want to be heard. So what other way is there to still be heard without me having to be on a radio rapping this, rapping that? So everybody like to read. So I feel like I want to put my story down on paper than to just put it on a beat. That's just how I had looked at it. So I just took it and ran with it, especially when I saw the impact I got for right at my first book. It's called 1:48 a.m. I took it off my own website because I'm going to redo it and make hardback books now so I can give it to the Penn Hospital and CHOP and Pittsburgh Hospital so everybody can read my story or read how sickle cell was or how it's about. So,
Is that what that book is about?
Yes, it's about a boy born at 1:40 a.m., which is my real time where I really was born at 1:40 a.m. and born with sickle cell, and I learned how to accept to live with it because people not comfortable with their true selves, and I ain't gonna lie, it took me a little minute to get comfortable with living with it. So I'm still learning. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't perfect because I don't like the backlash of things, but yeah, I guess that's the part of growing. So,
So I have a question, and I don't. I'm hoping that it's not a sensitive topic, but because we're discussing it, what does life with sickle cell feel like to you as a more modern teenager / adult versus the older generation that we were in? What does it feel like for you in 2024 living with sickle cell?
I ain't gonna lie, I love those type of questions because I don't get asked deep questions like that too often, but it's difficult at times because of the younger generation and what's going on with all the drug abuse. So it's like when I be in pain, I go to the hospital, they think that I'm just there for the drugs, but I'm not. I'm there to get, because the pain be so crazy that like you would do anything to get rid of that pain. I lie to y'all not. But in their eyes, it's, oh, I'm just another kid, black kid, here for some drugs. And I don't like that. And they put a label on a lot of things, and I don't like that. So it's hard. Like, it's to the point where they be only giving me a certain amount of pills because they don't know what I'm going to do with it, knowing that I really need it. So it's kind of hard.
Was it hard coming up as a kid? Like, how was it for you, I'd say, 10 to 15? What was life like for you? 10 to 15?
It was a little difficult because I ain't gonna lie, I was around that age, I was still learning myself, and like I didn't know that I couldn't get in the pool and get out and then straight go to playing. I had to learn it the hard way that I gotta get in a warm pool, have a towel ready, and be underneath heat for a little minute before I just get up and go run and go play, or sit here and go and play fight with my boy cousins all day, thinking I can just do that. And I had learned hard that I couldn't. And as a boy, you want to fit in. You gonna want to do what you see other boys doing.
Yeah,
so
you want to be a little rough.
Yeah, so it kind of took me a while to really like learn that I'm not them. So
yeah. A friend of mine was given that option. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, real quick, because we didn't actually. What if you can? What is sickle cell? Because we kind of just went right into it.
I want to say. That's what I was about to ask.
Sickle cell is a like it's a blood disease. Like my blood cells, they don't develop right, or they don't develop fully as everybody else's do. They come as like a sickle shape. That's why they call it sickle, because it's like a half moon. So like, but those sickle cells right there, it's sticky. So they form blood clots anywhere in my body where the blood flow. That's what a crisis is. A crisis is a blood clot in my arms, my legs, my back, wherever blood flow. I could have a crisis there. So this is basically what it is. My blood cells don't develop fully like how everybody else should.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask your mom a question?
Sure.
Yeah.
What did that translate like for you as far as raising a child, a boy child, an active boy child that had health issues that kind of restricted his activities? Yeah. How was that difficult for you? Was it like a difficult transition for you as far as raising a child that had health
I
issues?
just said I had to learn as I went along. I had to read up on it. I really didn't know too much about it until I had my son. But I know left our heads and all that, but I didn't really actually read up on it until I really had my child. I read up on it more. I had the church, and his father had the church just as well. So be careful who y'all have your babies by. Don't get their old history before y'all have children with them. If not, they'll end up like me, that I didn't know no better. I was young. So, yeah, I know.
Which is like, you look familiar. But what I was going to say was, my youngest daughter, she had trisomy 18. She also had sickle cell trait. So you don't know about it until it's introduced to you as a parent, which is why I have RH negative blood and I only donate to sickle cell, because you know they have a certain thing where you only donate to sickle cell patients. So with me having the RH negative blood, being a rare blood, I literally only donate to sickle cell. But you don't know about it until you hit with it as a parent, you know.
Right.
And then when you are the child of it, it's like, all right, I can't play with everybody else. It was so crazy when he said the thing about the pool. You would think when you hear sickle cell is not affected by something what we consider simple. Day-to-day tasks is hard. And then I watched my aunt take my cousin to Bally's, and I'm like, why are we going to volleys to go to the pool. She like, cause he need to be in the jacuzzi.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, she just being fancy. It had nothing, to do with it. But it brought him up with saying, I need to be in the jacuzzi. So, he was just like the little cool kid, but he said, my blood can't take the coldness. So, I mean, it's a way that us parents have to dress certain things up. But it affects him. And kudos to him for understanding what that is. And you also got to look at the doctors, because that's hard too.
Right.
They feel like if they give you the pain pill, they going to cause you to do the drug. And you like, no, I need this real pain. Like, I really commend you with standing up and saying, I have this. This is what I'm going to do, but I'm going to let everybody else know this is a thing. And sitting by your mom during it is simply amazing, to have it with your mom, because when some real shit, sometimes some of us moms, we be like, you remember me? I'm right here, baby. I got you. And we cradle you, and we want to protect you, and we want to, like, who did it? Who, we right there. But the fact that you like right there with, you like, it's my mom. It's my mom. We together in this. I love it. I just want to say I love it. Yeah, and kudos to you for trying to hold it together. Because when you watch your baby get sick, I kiss my kids when they get a cold. Hey, buddy. And I want to take their cold. So this is a pain I can't take from you. So when I was looking at my youngest daughter, I'm kissing her. I can't take a cold. I can't take a pain because it's not a cold. This is sickle cell. This is trisomy 18. She has rocker's foot. I can't change nothing that's wrong with her, but I got to be there for her. Yeah. And what you do for yourself?
When he go through it?
Yeah.
I just try to be there with him, just I'm down, do what I have to do for him. All I can do is what he asks me to do.
So, I want to run back to the book. So it's 1:40
a.m.
1:40 a.m.
Yes.
What is it actually about, though? Like, it's about a boy who has sickle cell. What's the basis of it?
Basically is like he just learned to live with it. Like it's a story from when he born, and he really like going through child life of being trying to be a kid, but can't because he has sickle cell. He got different stories, like him going to school and missing out on school because he in the hospital for weeks at a time, and kids thinking that he transferred schools the whole time he's at the hospital. It's just a good book. I advise everybody to go read it, man.
Where can they find it if they want to tip in?
It's on my website, but I took it down for a little split second because I want to add more to it before I repost it the right way and give it out the right way, because I got a book signing coming up in like a good month or two. So
where would that be?
Right now we're getting it. It's gonna be at a church.
Okay.
Yeah. So the pastor, he reached out to me, and we're gonna try to work on that. And I want to get the back end on the book right first, but I feel like everybody should go read it. I'll pull up the book cover if y'all want, and y'all can look at the book cover, and I'll send y'all the link. But it's
for sure.
book.
Well, I have the link. I already looked at it, but I definitely want to tap into the book. Is there another book though?
It will be one.
I think I did see.
I'm working on one called 1:42 a.m. It's about him being older in life and understanding things, but
so it's like a sequel.
Yeah,
I like it. I like
140 and 142. So that's definitely working on it. And I'm gonna be out Blueford on the 25th, I think the 26th at 12 o'clock, talking to the kids, trying to motivate them too, telling them if I can do it, then y'all can too. Like,
so you Blueford, what is that, or where is that? Like, if people wanted to tap in and head over there, or more information.
Blueford, I think it's out West Philly. It's an elementary school.
We gonna find the exact location for y'all.
Oh, right, yeah.
West and Southwest Philadelphia, but it is out that way.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we gonna find the actual location and everything for y'all. Make sure y'all get that right info.
Yeah.
So what else is next for you?
On the 21st, I'm gonna be out West Philly Park on Peace on Earth Day. I'm be talking out there too. And that's really about it for this month, though. That's all for just this month.
What do you have going on? Like, where do you see yourself going? What's next for you in general?
I wouldn't be a author. I wouldn't be that speaker that everybody knows and that know that is really real about what he say, because what I say is real, and I want everybody to take heed in what I say, especially when it comes to these doctors and nurses.
So I was actually I actually kind of wanted to comment on it just because we have him up here and he is saying that. One of the things that I noticed in, especially in the community of people of color, is medical care looks different for us. Medical care looks very different for us, and we have to advocate for ourselves because they kind of have a biased ideal based off of the drugs and the urban and the community and things like that that are going on in our community, the fentanyl, things like that, the drug addictions. They do have a bias sometimes when you go into the hospital and you say you're in pain or you say you don't feel good or you say you're sick. Women of color have the highest rate of miscarriages and maternity issues in hospitals just based off of healthcare biases. It's really, really important to advocate for yourself. That's what I wanted to put out there. And he's explaining that when he's saying he has to fight to get medication for something that his file says, I have sickle cell. You are doctors. You went to school for this. You know what this translates for him. You know how much pain he's in. You know what it looks like. Why is your first conversation, oh, he might do drugs. Oh, he might just want it for addiction purposes. Why aren't we looking at him and saying, he's in pain, let's help. So I think that that's really, really, really important that he's bringing that to light and saying that we need to start advocating, for ourselves and especially for our children and taking our babies seriously when they're saying, I'm hurt and I'm in pain, and advocating for our babies as well. Instead of letting these biases just happen. The doctor is not always right. And it's okay to get a second opinion on these things.
Not agree 100%. Yeah, 1,000% at that.
Right. So speaking of hospitals and things like that, you also had an interview with Penn Medicine where they kind of went a little bit in depth of, everything that's happening. Tell us a little about your experience with that.
Like what, with the whole interview with the Penn?
The whole process, because I know like it's more than just the interview with them. Like you probably recorded for what? A couple days. You probably had people all in your face asking you little questions. Yeah. How was that?
I ain't gonna lie, it was a crazy experience. It made me want it to do more like that, because the way how they seemed like they were so interested into my story. The cameraman at that, like they was asking me questions that wasn't even side of the list. Because they were so interested in what I was saying. So definitely was a good experience. They had interviewed me for their website, and they also reached out to me because of the story that came attached to my name. So they wanted me to tell my story because everybody knew my name but didn't know my story. So they had invited me down. It was nice. They had sent me my own car there and back. I had my own car. They sent me there and back. We had lunch. We was recording for like a good 3 hours. I ain't even going live, and it was a good experience though.
That's good.
Thanks for asking.
That's good. I'm glad you had a good experience with that, because a lot of people, I mean, you can either have a good experience or shit could be the worst.
Yeah.
So, if you had to pick a dream organization that you would like to work with, what would it be? Like, if when you say you want to, these are these places you want to put yourself out there, you want to be heard, you want to go to these places. Is there a specific organization that you've been looking at and saying, I would love to work with these people, or I would love to speak with them?
I would also say speak, not really work, because I ain't gonna lie, I would create my own organization that is doing it the right way. Cause Red Cross and them not doing it the right way, but I still talk. I still sit there and talk to them. Don't get me wrong. Let's see they blueprint, but I want to create my own real organization that really will make change. Right now, they just for their pockets. Cause that's $1 million company right there. Probably not a company, probably $1 billion company. Who knows? But I want to create my own. I want to do it the right way. But Red Cross, I was sitting there and talk to Red Cross. since they pushing cancer so much, I want to sit down and talk to them because you don't hear much about sickle cell, and sickle cell it affects people like me and my race. So I think that's probably why we don't hear it as much because we hear cancer everywhere. Everybody knows what cancer is.
Mm-hmm.
You can look on TV and you see somebody wearing something that belongs to a cancer. But what about sickle cell?
I think it's the thing everybody just got quiet about.
Yeah, like what about sickle cell?
Because at first when we were younger, I'm 48, when we were younger, sickle cell was like the thing. Cancer was not quite, like not as much exposure. It was the sickle cell, and then it just shifted over. But I think that's because a lot of people just got quiet. You know, it takes a strong person. Some people get really frustrated and just, you know, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. So the fact that you are doing it, that's super good.
This is going to sound like we are on Chichi knows. Diseases that tend to highly affect the communities of people of color are the ones that you hear the least about. Even with the cancers, you hear more about breast cancer than you did about cervical and uterine cancer. And the Black women community is actually higher affected by cervical and uterine cancer than they are by breast cancer. So you hear about these really, really deadly diseases and sicknesses really kind of depending on the communities that they affect. And that's part of that conversation that, you know what I mean, he's having. He's saying, you know what I mean, I think like you said, they're not talking about it, but they're also not listening to us. Because we're talking about it and they're not making our voices amplified.
That's why I said they just gave up. I've known a couple of people that just was like, you know, the struggle is hard. You know, relationships. You know, you young. Being able to be with somebody that you could trust. Being able to train somebody.
Have you come across that yet? You know, being in a relationship and having to, like, I not have you because you're 25. I'm sure you have. How has that been? I guess is my question. How has this affected your love life or like your relationship, anything like that?
I mean, my love life. I mean, it's good. It's just that I've been with the same person for a long time, and only because that person understands me and she know what I've been through. But like when we together or when we at the Met, I go through crisis even like that. Like I go through crisis through the craziest thing that y'all probably won't even think of. Like it affects me. So, but she understands that. And that's why I appreciate it. And she understands that. But she definitely pushed me. She definitely helped me out. Like
I wasn't gonna say anything, but she definitely tapped into the live and was shouting him out.
She was.
She said absolutely with 4 hearts just now.
So that's what made me bring it up because it's not, and I gotta be honest, it's not a lot of young men out here that wants us type of women to be like that. So I'm a big person for loyalty. I'm a big person for the one-on-one relationship. I don't even know what the fuck to call it no more because everybody get, you know. So but when I seen her do that, when we love you, we your cheerleaders. We're your biggest cheerleaders. And a lot of, you know, young men today be like, oh, shorty, back up. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that he embraced it. I love the fact that you know, you were able to say, look, I got this long-term thing here. And even with me having this, I learned she has this ability. You see what I'm saying? And your mom ain't say nothing. So that meant everything. You see what because I'm ignorant. I'm the worst mom. I'll be like, yeah, she alright. But you know, she did a good job and she been hanging in there. So thank you for even being patient with yourself because you are hard on yourself more than somebody else is hard on you. So being patient with yourself, understanding you need a limit and being able to communicate that is a whole different level. Yes, you gotta come first. See, us people around you don't exist if you don't. So if you don't make sure you okay, how the hell are we gonna be around you talking about something as you are?
Right.
You see?
Yeah. But I ain't gonna lie, if she not there with me, well, my mom not there with me, then she would be there with me doing the same thing that my mom would be doing if she was there. So I just embrace it, man.
I want to say shout out to, just because you said that, I want to say shout out to the background soldiers in these type of situations, the mothers, the fathers, brothers, sisters, lovers, friends, marriage partners, things like that are supporting people that are going through severe health issues or just severe life issues. If there's somebody that's in your background supporting you through things that you're going through and they're doing it without any expectation of reward, shout outs to you. Shout outs to you. Because it's a beautiful thing to be able to support someone through some of the hardest times in their life and have no expectation.
But we only be thinking that hard times is when we gotta eat noodles together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. When you
we be thinking it's that. Like, can we have a candle? Can we get a dollar store candle with some oodles and noodles? No, like hard times really go harder than that.
Yeah.
You know, so that it goes into sickness, a mental illness, a physical, emotional. So, and when you have an illness, which they call it, you got all of those things. So you got days you like, I don't feel like being bothered with the health. You see what I'm saying?
It's funny you say that because I really feel like that. I feel like I'm gonna say this. So to anybody out there that's actually watching the podcast right now,
And then we're gonna keep the interview
and
going.
you know what I mean, the recording that she's gonna put up of this later. I hear a lot of you rappers, because we associate really heavy in the music industry. I hear a lot of you rappers out there rapping their pain music and talking about your struggle and what you're going through and how hard it is. And I'm not gonna say that your pain means nothing, but I'm gonna tell y'all it could be worse. So it's a good idea to start picking your head up and really moving on with your future and doing something different besides singing about these struggles.
Okay, I like what you just said. To that, I will say a lot of them are making pain music and then going back and doing the same shit that they're complaining about. It's not even that they can't go pick up.
I wasn't talking about those people. I was talking about the ones that are really got roaches in their cereal box. I was talking about those ones.
Well, if y'all got roaches in your cereal box, you shouldn't be sitting in the studio record. But that's neither here nor there. We're gonna get back to you. So you say you got a couple interviews and some events coming up. Let the people know where they can find you, like what events they can pull up to, or anything that you want them to reach out to.
I got one on the 21st, Westwood Park. That's the Peace on Earth one. That's the one that's more so recent than the event at Blueford on the 26th at the elementary school. I'm missing a event. I think is one on the 21st too, but I'm not quite sure, so I ain't gonna speak on it too much. But
I'm gonna make sure that we put all your events that they can pull up to and tap into in the caption when we post this. Is there anything else you want to say to the people? Anything that you want to let them know? Any shout outs or anything?
Shout out to my my team, to my supporters. That really helped me keep me going.
Mm-hmm.
But before I really touch base on that, I want to touch base on that my clothes, because I do make clothes too, and my clothes bring awareness to sickle cell. Also, everything I do bring awareness to sickle cell. And you gotta check out my clothes. I'm a relaunch it. I got sold out, and when I got sold out, I couldn't restock.
Mm-hmm.
So
what's the name of the brand?
It's called Fetty Gear, but it really stands for Wealth, Health, and Love. It's meant to bring awareness to sickle cell. The way how the whole hoodie set up, the whole sweatsuit, everything set up, it meant to bring awareness. So I will be relaunching that soon. That's also I want to put out there, but I do want to give shout outs to my mom right here, to my lovely lady at home. Well, she at work right now, but and just my support team, my friends that had hopped on and off, and I support y'all and appreciate y'all for reaching out to me and letting me come shine a light on what's really going on behind closed doors.
For sure. We definitely gonna stay tapped in with you. Definitely gonna collaborate on some events. You definitely sounded like I wanna see him speak. I want to go out to an event and actually see you talk to the people and listen to what you got to say to them. So
what you doing May 5th?
I ain't know nothing.
We would love to hear from you. So we having like a Cinco de Mayo kind of thing going on. But we would love to hear you. I mean, like, at least come in and you just be like, just say a couple things. I think that's possible. You think we could squeeze that in?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's possible. And with all the party people. And my services is called Nasty Mouth Treats. I make adult shaped cakes. So I'm more than willing to host a party for you or something. Not host, I'll be a vendor. I suck at hosting. Because I'm going to forget the bread.
All right, y'all. Let the people know where to find you.
I got you.
They can find me at WhoIsTeefy. That's almost on every platform. I ain't even going live. WHOISTeefy. And can I explain my name? Why I say WhoIsTeefy?
Yeah.
I say that because the who part. I want everybody to say who, and I want them to come find out who is Teefy. Mm-hmm. And I can tell my story to tell y'all who is Teefy.
How you spell it?
WHOTEEFY.
Thank you.
So being those that they say who, I'm here to tell y'all who is that person. That's my name.
I like it.
Thank you. Everybody know my name, but not my story. So
That's
you here to tell it.
We about to spread. We about to tell
All right, y'all. Make sure y'all go tap in with Teefy. Who is Teefy? Make sure y'all not stream. I'm sorry. Make sure y'all go download the book. We're gonna make sure we put that info in the caption. Make sure y'all tap into these events that we're gonna drop. Yeah, I think we're all done.
How could I say
Did you get
this?
it?